So the first exercise we're going to do is going to be a sit to stand. Under her butt on the chair, we have a towel. This is to reinforce we don't want the sliding down on that sacral wound. So what we want to do here is we'll have you practice nose over toes. So what you'll do is go ahead and put your hands on it for me. And what you're going to do is lean forward so that your nose go over your toes, and then you'll stand up while pushing through your arms. Okay? And also what we can have the patient do, you can't see it, but we can have them move their feet back a little bit. And then go ahead and try that for me. Good. And so for this, starting out, this is going to be a little bit harder for them since they're moderate assist. So what we can do is 2 sets, you can go ahead and sit back down, 2 sets of probably about 6 to 8 reps, and we'll progress this further. But for caregiver education for this part, we want to make sure and tell the caregiver that they're not sliding down when they're going to get in this position for the sit to stand. That's what we don't want. So what we can do is we'll push through the handles and we'll lift the butt up and reposition it. Perfect, just like that. And then also, when we're instructing them to get up, just like we cued the patient when we were doing the exercise, we want to put the feet slightly behind the knees, and then we'll lean forward, nose over toes. That's what we can remember, that saying, nose over toes. And then push up through the handles, and make sure to push up through the feet and stand up, just like that.
Yeah, and then for this one, so since this is the beginning one, we would probably like stack some like pillows or a like phone book just to make it higher for them so it's easier to get up, because as we progress we're going to lower it more, so then we can work on toilet transfers. Okay, so for the progression of the exercises, so now we would have taken away the pillow or the phone book, whatever is it that they're using to raise up the seat. We take that off, and again we would have them press down into the chair handles to position themselves so that he is closer to the edge. And then again we would instruct to lean forward over toes, and now we're just going to have his arms crossed so then we can get more strength back in that quads without using the chair railings, just because when he's on the toilet there is no chair railing, so trying to get him to strengthen. So yep, so he's come up, and again we would do this about 2 sets of 5 to 8, depending on what he's comfortable with. Perfect. So then for some caregiver education, so since he has a walker, yeah, we have the walker, so what we want to do is we have him step into the walker, and then we would have the caregiver look at the wrist crease and make sure that the wrist crease are right at the railing. And he's a little bit taller, so I would adjust this. I would make it higher, and then to make sure that the fit is correct, we'd have him put his hands up, and we'd have him bring this forward a little bit, and we make sure that the elbows were flexed. Flex a little bit, but obviously this is a little too low for him, so we would raise it up for him. So we'd instruct the caregiver about that.
So for this third progression, we have our chair of typical average height and a pillow placed right in front, which you will be standing on, just to challenge your balance a little bit, along with your strength, and kind of simulate a softer surface. Say you want to go have a picnic in the grass with your family. Now you'll be kind of simulating the standing up from a picnic table on that softer surface. So here I'll set the camera down so you can see me demonstrate this exercise. So you'll be sitting here, feet on the pillow. Again, cross your arms right in front of your chest. Lean forward, nose over toes, just like before. Stand up, push through those legs, and then make sure you're steady as you're standing here. And then slowly come back down. Again, nose over toes to the seat. And the third bit of information for you as the caregiver is that your patient has COPD, which means their exercise tolerance will likely be far lower, and activity tolerance will be far lower than someone who does not have COPD. So make sure as you're getting them up and moving, you allow them to take frequent rest breaks as needed. Allow them to challenge their body, but also allow them the proper rest that they need.